So I'm kind of late to the party with the Egg of Khelos, and it turns out that this card is pretty insane and wild. So if you have not encountered the Egg of Khelos, it is a 3 mana 0/3 egg with a death rattle of summon a slightly cracked egg, break it open 5 times to hatch a 20/20 beast with taunt. Now, the usual way that you would crack open the egg is by killing it a few times with some removal or some AoE spells, but in Wild, we have access to Spiritsinger Umbra. Spiritsinger Umbra is a 4 mana 3/4 legendary minion with after you summon a minion, trigger its death rattle effect. So if you go Umbra into the egg, you get 5 Egg of Kheloses and a 20/20 with taunt. And if the 20/20 with taunt is not enough to finish the game, we also have some board buffing tools to buff up those eggs to be lethal attackers in the form of Savage Roar as well as Mark of the Lotus. And that is pretty much Egg Druid. This deck I thought was going to be a gimmicky glass cannon deck. Turns out it's actually pretty good. Turn 3 20/20s with a full board in the Druid class is not bad. So if you want to take this deck out for a spin, I actually highly recommend it if you're trying to climb to Legend, because I had about an 80% win rate with this deck. So I will leave the deck code down in the description, and if you enjoy Hearthstone content like this, please consider subscribing. It would help out the channel a ton. Anyway, let's get into the games. A Death Knight. I am thoroughly in the Death Knight bracket. Aquatic Form feels like a card I can never throw away. Moonlit Guidance feels like a card I can almost always throw away. And Reforestation draws me a minion, and I have 2 minions in my deck. Fantastic. And there's both my minions. Alright. We are cooking with gasoline. Rip does 1/1. Savage Roar. And Pierce, my opponent, is on a 40 card pile. Let's go ahead and I'll save this for next turn. Let's draw a minion with the thing that can only draw a minion. Got the egg. And maybe next turn is an Aquatic Form for maybe some ramp of some sort. Savage Roar Part 2. Let's do Aquatic Form. Lightning Bloom is probably the best I can do. Yeah, Lightning Bloom. And then we will draw our other minion. Call it a day. Okay, so my opponent has 2 turns before they have to face my egg. Lunar Eclipse. Draw a spell and a minion. Unfortunately, I only have spells left. So this will need to just be Trail Mix. So Trail Mixing this turn allows for me just to do the full combo next turn without having to overload with Lightning Bloom. So I'll do that. Okay, opponent. Next turn, you do need to deal with my stuff and my things. So let's introduce you to that. You do have a poisonous minion, but I think I'm good just to kind of do my thing. Yeah. Actually, I could Lightning Bloom and get 2 20/20s out. Nah. I'll just say that's good enough. You can get your trade on, and we can go from there. And then I can Savage Roar Okay, okay. I see what my opponent's on. Let's then go for an Eclipse. Discover... I guess just a Mark of the Lotus. Go for a Mark. Mark. Savage Roar? I'll push this much damage. I feel comfortable with this much damage being pushed. That's all I got, opponent. If you can clear my board after this, good game. If you can't, good game. Because if they clear this board, I have no way to win. Okay, well that's slightly annoying. Because they're going to gain quite a bit of health off of that. Do they gain enough health? It's the question. They might. Oaken Summons. Okay. Is this just exact lethal? Smells like exact lethal. I don't think that's how this deck is supposed to win. But I will take it. I will take that win. A Warlock. They could also be on an egg deck. That is the thing to do these days.
I must protect the wild.
Reminds me of McGrady's 13 points in 30 seconds. Yeah, I've been often compared. I'm an absolute fiend on the court. Have a good one. So I have Ramp and I have Oaken Summons. Ramp is good. Oaken Summons is great. We keep it. Ramp is good. Alright, so big either means questline or boars. I mean, it could just be boar and egg combo. That being said, if this is... Okay, well, it's questline. I was gonna say... Boars versus Egg Druid is a hilariously bad matchup for boars. In the turn. So ramping, and then hopefully finding a way to draw my minion. Hopefully next turn? Do I... So 6 mana next turn. You know what? If I draw any of my 2 minions next turn, I think I just have the win. No, if I draw egg, I have the win. Okay, well, I just believe in myself. We'll draw that egg. Right off the top.
Flesh fails. Try crystal.
0 mana. Draw your best card in your deck. All good.
My next victim.
Threatening. Very threatening.
My most begrudging thanks.
Okay.
Oh, well played.
Okay, they're getting the emotes out of the way. I will end the turn while they're thinking about what emote to press next. Shouldn't it be called Umbra Druid, because without Umbra this deck is nothing. Good point, good point. If I had only Umbra and not Egg, could this deck function? I mean, Umbra is a pretty strong card. That is true. I think it's mostly called Egg, because, like, Egg Druid is more fun to say. Also, it's the new card. You gotta rep the new cards. Alright, so what's my...
Demon seed.
Oh, I forgot if you have this skin. She says the demon seed all spooky. That is fun. That is a good time. Okay. So we are going to get the namesake card out of our deck, Umbra. Throw out a couple coins. And get out said not Umbra, said egg, rather. And should I play this, or should I be a little sneaky with my Mark of the Lotus? There's nothing in my deck that I can top deck that would punish me for not playing this. So I'm going to keep Mark of the Lotus in my hand. Yeah.
My next victim.
So they will need to figure out a way to deal with my 2020, which they do. Not bad. They have successfully figured out a way to kind of deal with my 2020. Aquatic Form is a pretty good top deck. Oaken Summons for armor. Now that is an interesting thought. So let's Oaken Summons for armor. Mark of the Lotus. And also Savage Roar. 6 at the noggin. Honestly, just all this at the noggin. The less health they have to work with, the better. And we'll hit them in the head. Don't overthink it too much. Just hit them in the head. Crystallizer, so they're probably going to do a Hearthstone play this turn. Unfortunately. What's my opinion of the newest expansion so far? I haven't given it much of a look. I think it's cute. The new Reform is kind of cute. I know a lot of people are saying like a single dirty rat disrupts it, but like, sure. I think a lot of people were saying that before all the Reforms were spoiled. It seems like some of the Reforms that are like kind of decent on their own. I could be wrong. I think maybe people are a bit too quick to judge this new set. I think it could be impactful. I'm not going to hold my breath, of course, but it could be. Let's draw a spell. Let's draw a spell. Let's draw a card. And that would be a Moonlit Guidance. Okay. Guidance. Guidance will unfortunately find me the card I was actually looking for. Let's get a 2020 out. Yeah, let's get a 2020 out. And also deal them a little bit of damage. And maybe Savage Roar can get me out of this game. So they can play Tamsin, but they only have 2 mana left. And I do have a 2020 out. I want to remind the people at home that I do in fact have a 2020 out. Okay, they're thinking maybe they can damage me. I probably would have traded my 1/3s first so I can get some crystallizers in the Raised Dead pool, but teach their own. So it looks like my 2020 is going to be soaking up a little bit of damage. Oh, they get the crystallizer anyway. That's a bummer. And do they have enough damage to punch through my 2020? I don't think so. It looks like I might be getting away with this one. Yeah, it looks like I had just enough damage to punch through that Warlock. They did have some cool emotes, though. I do have to give that to them. The emotes were pretty cool. That is exactly what happened. Because I wouldn't have misplayed like that.
Protect the wild.
No. Let's... Is this Hostage Mage? This is probably Hostage Mage. Alright, let's get Hostage Maged. Huge mana discount. Massive mana discount on the Innervate. Now, don't you tell me that this is a Hostage Mage that ropes every turn. Hearthstone, you spoil me. You absolutely spoil me. They could also be thinking what to do on my turn 1. And it turns out it's just being a little too hard on them. They were just taking their time. I feel that. It's a stressful game. Gotta make sure you make all the right plays. Wild Growth number 2. Ooh. Let's get story. Story of Barney and Wild Growth. Now, if I don't... Even if I do top deck Umbra, I have the combo next turn. Okay. Feeling good, feeling great. Oh, if this is objection, I concede instantly. Watch this. This is going to be freaky how fast I concede. Check for counterspell. Oaken Summons. Concede. Alright, we keep playing. I'll keep playing, opponent. I would have liked to see some old broken cards in the time expansion, like Patrons, Dr. Boom. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Like some upgraded versions of them. I don't hate that idea. Oh, I could have had a Rattle Gore. Dang it. Alright. Well, shout out to Magic Missiles or Devolving Missiles for finding my 2020. Big ups to them. Umbra getting smacked. Savage Roar. So 14, 16 plus Flame Ward. You know what? You're right. What if it is Flame Ward? I was never worried. I was actually never worried about Flame Ward. Is it actually Flame Ward? It's not. Okay. Okay, it's not Flame Ward. I will pop you at 2. Alright. That's what I got, opponent. Show me your Sleet Skater. Oh, it's the Ice Block experience. Strap in, everybody. It's time for Ice Block. all pop you at one. This secret haunts you since classic. You and me both. I'll weaken up my eggs. How's that sound? I'll draw a spell, I guess. Beautiful. Aquatic Form. Sure. Coining out.
Time to wash away the filth.
Hold up. Oh, you have coin ice block. Oh, opponent, you gave me so much hope. So much. An unbelievable amount of hope. Trail mix? Wow. You spoil me, Hearthstone. Let's soften up my eggs. Hero power. Get that. I should honestly also be softening up my 11-9 too, just in case they have Sleet Skater. And you know what? I could use some mana next turn. Let's get some. It's over. I know. I'm just... You gotta go through the motions with Hostage Mage, you know. Maybe they don't have 100 more ice blocks. Maybe they don't have Sleet Skater. Maybe they disconnect from the game. A lot of ways I can win, you know. Just... Maybe Blizzard shuts down the servers. That's an out. Maybe they ping their own face. Could be it. Could be an out. Yeah, there's just like a variety of ways I can still win this game. Yeah, it's a free matchup. I was just about to say that. After beating a standard quest warlock player on turn 6, we should probably buff that quest. Standard gamers have not suffered enough yet. They need to keep playing against that card. I think that's for the best. This draws a minion. This could draw a minion, or it could draw a spell. And we have ramp. Wow, this deck is very hard to navigate.
I see you've brought...
Is this another quest priest? Or is it the same quest priest? I haven't played against this specific opponent in the past 5 games. It's a different quest. Alright, Diamond 3 is for the brewers. People be brewing at these ranks. End the turn. You climbed this month with Old Curse Warlock. That's much cooler than what I'm doing. I'm just being lame with my this deck. Let's just, you know, draw a minion. We played that turn perfectly. Quest Warlock sounds cool though. Sounds like a heavy disruption Warlock deck with all the fixins. We win next turn? Right? So we can coin Trail Mix. We'll have 6. That's 7. Alright, well. There you go, opponent. If that doesn't telegraph my next play super hard, I don't know what does.
At last.
No, my opponent's playing something so cool. Kazakus in 2025 Hearthstone. Well, welcome to modern Hearthstone, Kazakus. I hope you enjoy your stay. Here's my 2020. Did you get a freeze potion off of good old Kazakus? Ooh, that's a pretty good answer to what I'm doing. Not bad, gotta respect that. Aquatic Form will find a Lunar Eclipse. Okay. And I will Lunar Eclipse this one, I think. Here is another 2020. Yeah, I'll take that. I know I can't attack with most of my stuff this turn, but I can attack with enough of it to be impactful.
For the wild.
Sure. Let's clear that guy. Here is another 2020. Welcome to Modern Hearthstone. Feels like if I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I have never once. I've been playing card games for over 10 years now. I have never once graced a Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe I should change that. Anyway, here's a... This is probably lethal, right? I think that was lethal. Oop, let me see if I can get a well played in there. Ooh. Look at that APM. That was fast. The most difficult play I made today was that emote. So I'm glad I could show off my skills like that.